today. Oh my goodness. So today I am on my stairs. So you will see a stack of clothes right here. These clothes are items that I will be taking to a Just Between Friends event in Waco. So if you're in Waco, Texas, the event is this weekend. Look at the date of this video so you know that it's the weekend that I'm talking about. So you don't look at the video and think, oh, 2 years from now it's this weekend. So just make sure you know the date that this video comes out. But just wanted to give you guys a little update. So I have been doing these events for, oh my goodness, 14 years as reseller. As a shopper, I've been doing the events for a little bit longer than that. So I am currently pricing some items for the kids event. So a good thing to have is a tag gun. A lot of times they'll tell you to hang items on hangers, and I'm just going to show you one of the items that I have here that that you guys can see how I do it. So they have the hanger. It's like a question mark. That's how the ones that I do want you to have your items hung up as a question mark. So then on the inside, a lot of owners will not want you to put the tag in the inside of the neckline. What I've gone to is flipping it inside out right here, and there is a seam in here on the sleeve where it's close to the collar, and you don't catch the dry fit material to where it will rip this here, and when you wash it, it gets a little hole in there. So that's just some little advice. Also, they will tell you to hang things on hangers. A lot of times you get the hangers that are just shirt hangers. And people will pin shirts and things to hangers or pants to hangers. But let me tell you, the tag gun is so much better to put your tags on with than the safety pins. Also, the tag guns, there's different size needles. So this is just one of the needles that you can use. So just be careful on some delicate material that your kids have, that you don't use the needle that is going to be too big that punctures a hole in your clothes. Because if you puncture a hole in your clothes, they'll pull it. If there's stains or rips or snags or any of that stuff, make sure it's in excellent condition. A lot of times the owners put a lot of effort into making sure that the event goes off really well, and they do look through items to make sure that your items are still compliant with their rules. So the other thing I wanted to tell you guys is Waco is where I'm going this next weekend. So if you're just hearing this video, make sure you look at the date so you're not going to Waco and thinking, oh, Just Between Friends or JBF is going on right now. Because if you watch this video next week, then that event is over. It is a pop-up event, so they pop up for a weekend throughout the year, and they're across the United States. So if you're hearing this, you don't have to be in Texas or Waco to find an event. You can go to their website and look for that. But where in the world am I today? I'm sitting on my stairs pricing some inventory. So I went into their SKU system. You go in and you sign up as a seller, and then you start tagging items. And so you it's 50% off or more of the retail price that you tag your items at. So I would recommend kind of knowing in general what you're gonna price things for. And then just kind of going and go through your clothes initially, make sure there's no stains, rips, snags, tears, things like that. And then once you go through the clothes, sort them by, either you can sort them by price category or sort them by, what brand category, because there's different brands and different sizes. There's a pricing guide. If you look up JBF pricing guide, a lot of the pricing guides are like, there's a couple online that you can go by. But what I do is I find that's helpful is I sort mine by, because I've been doing this so long, I sort mine by boys and girls once I tag them. And then after I tag them, I price them. I take them and put them in the size category. So I'll sort the boys and the girls. and then I'll sort all the girls for the sizes because I'm a reseller. I resell clothes, so this is part of my business, and so I will sort by size, and then I rubber band the hangers all together in that size, which makes it easier for me. Some people use trash bags and rip a hole in the bottom. I've used that method. I've used a couple of different methods, but the rubber band seems to be the fastest and easiest for me. And then what I do is I load my car where I'm having boys on one side, girls on another, because when the clothing racks come out, or when you get a clothing rack, sometimes you have to wait. So when you get a clothing rack, you want to hang up all the boys on one rack and then take it in, and then hang up all the girls and take it in. And that way you're not going back between the boys and the girls or whatever. A lot of owners will want you to bring in all the clothes at one time, and then when you do, they can just go through them quickly. And then they all have like other things like toys, books, shoes, things like that. But just make sure you're going through your items. And again, Waco this weekend is that sale. I have one more sale the following weekend, which is Austin. That's my hometown. So Williamson County is the last JBF for the season for me. So I do these throughout the year. They are twice a year per event. So spring and then winter or fall. So this is my spring summer event, and then winter fall will be later in the year, of course. So I just had probably another 50 or 75 pieces to add in. And the tags are good for, I want to say 4 years, but sometimes they change things. So the tags last for quite a while. So you can take them to any event across the country. Not even just in Texas. If I wanted to go to Florida, I could hop a road trip, take my stuff, put it in the car, and go to the event, put my stuff out. So the thing is, you put it out where it goes, and then most of the events that I've gone to in Texas, they put all your clothes back to the size, back to your consignor number, and then they're organized by consignor numbers at the end, the clothes are. And then the toys and books and shoes and miscellaneous stuff are all piled up in a pile with your consignor number. So you just go and box everything up and bring it back home. So a lot of times what I do is once I get everything back home, I'll unload my car and I wait a day or so, and then I sort everything. Mostly just the clothes, like the books and the toys and things like that. I'll do those on demand because I don't have a lot of those in the event at the moment. But I am going to be adding a bunch of toys. Not my favorite to list or to sell. Now they're good sellers. Don't get me wrong. It's just you get to a point where you're like, okay, well, what's the best thing to do for me? And so I'm just going through my inventory, and I'm getting to the point where most of my clothes are all priced and ready to go. So I have toys left, and a lot of events will let you do a second drop off with items, non-clothes, non-shoes. So toys, books, stuffed animals, things in that nature. So a lot of times I focus on the clothes, and then if the event is closed, then I'll do a second drop off for some extra toys or something like that. But that is where I'm at today. I'll get a video of my car tomorrow before I leave, so you can kind of see where I'm at. And then if I remember, it's always so hard because you only have a certain amount of time to pick up your items, and so I'm always in a rush to get my items back in the car and then drive back home. I'll try to get a video so you guys can see the dent. Sometimes it's a little dent and you may not be able to tell. Sometimes it's a big dent and you definitely can tell how much I've sold. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, and thanks for stopping in to Where in the World is Tammy today. This is a series I do on my reselling adventures. So I not only just sell on line, which is Poshmark and whatnot and eBay and wherever else I end up selling online, but I do kids events throughout the year. So I'm not just selling on the internet, I'm selling at live events in person. And a lot of times my off seasons is like after May, and then we pick back up closer to the back to school time, sometimes fall time. But so, anyways, in the meantime, I do a lot of Poshmark sales. I've done some Whatnot sales. Everything is under my username GingerKJ1. So if you have a moment to stop in, chat, ask questions, feel free. I will do those, but right now I'm on a pause on live selling because I am doing the event tomorrow, and I'm also redoing my inventory system. So if you saw another video come out, might have been earlier today, of like my box redo that I'm doing, I'm changing my inventory from box A 1 through 15, 1 through 10, whatever may fit in that box, to number 1 through infinity. So I'm moving my inventory to a more streamlined 1 through infinity to allow me to be more streamlined with my processes. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous day, and I hope you have a wonderful week. That is Where in the World is Tammy today. Bye.